a football field. There were now only 42,000 feet. And the building is going to contain not 2 million feet, but 1.7 million. And that's one of the sacrifices we have to make. I said, let's make it and let's get on with it. And so, next thing you know, we've got the designs of the building. And the first design meeting was in April of 2000. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. Missing. The families of those people, the tragedy, the magnitude of it. However, I firmly believe that we should rebuild.
Larry Silverstein was required to rebuild by the terms of his lease with the site's owner, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Terms of his lease with the site's owner, the
World Trade Center Twin Towers. Now he's front and center in the debate over whether the area should be rebuilt. Now, it's so hard to even ask these questions while the work continues on the site. But what should happen?
My first reaction is to think about over 5,000 people who are still missing. The families of those people, the tragedy, the magnitude of it. However, I firmly believe that we should rebuild.
Larry Silverstein was required to rebuild by the terms of his lease with the site's owner, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
Missing. The families of those people, the tragedy, the magnitude of it. However, I firmly believe that we should rebuild.
Larry Silverstein was required to rebuild by the terms of his lease with the site's owner, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Terms of his lease with the site's owner, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
Believe that we should rebuild.
Larry Silverstein was required to rebuild by the terms of his lease with the site's owner, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
This one's for Larry Silverstein. Last time we talked, sir, I asked you if you could address some of the 9/11 conspiracy theories that you're accused of. Sadly, your response has actually invited more of them. I mean, for the record, everybody knows your infamous comments on PBS where you said pool Building 7. on 525 on the day of 9/11?
They were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Your official response was that it was the firefighters. My question is, it was pretty clear that you meant the building, and if it was the firefighters, they already are outside the building by 12 because the water lines were broken.
Ask the question.
And the fire chief that you said you spoke to, Fire Chief Negro, denies talking to you on that day of 9/11. Can you answer those questions and address the theories against you?
I suggest to everybody's consideration that we all look at the thousands of pages of testimony that have been rendered in the many years since 9/11, and let's use today's session for some of its.
Are you aware of testimony of bombs in the building before the building collapsed, sir? Are you aware of that testimony? Sir, there's testimony by Barry Jennings. Sir, you don't have to touch me. Listen, I'll walk away. All I'm asking is a question. I don't have to be kicked out. It's a legitimate question. You don't have to put your hands on me. But all I'm saying is, no, I'm not. I'm here asking. The question was not answered. That's why I have a grievance. Larry Silverstein was told not to come into work. That's why him, his daughter, and his son never showed up to work on 9/11. He put an insurance policy on the buildings. Reporters, do your job, please. Ask some questions.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other by the time I finish this song?
And construction began shortly thereafter in 2002. And we went to finance the building with Liberty bonds, construction bonds from the Liberty Bond program that was initiated by the federal government to enable us to rebuild the Trade Center. But it still required insurance company bonds, insurance company payments under the policies. And so, next thing you know, this building was under full construction.
Like what? Give me what was stolen.
My wallet.
What was in your wallet?
It was $50.
Okay.
I had to replace all my IDs. I had gift cards in there, my earpiece, and a calculator.
There was no earpiece in there, ma'am.
I love it. I love it. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $500. That's what I think it's worth, madam. Goodbye.
Do you realize what you've done? You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow.
Sit down.
She had 2 weeks
Sit down.
to use that deposit.
Sit down. Sit down.